Later, I'm going to speak something about some rules in films that we can use in order to do more appealing and more nicer videos. Okay, we are going to speak something about lighting. Not lighting, sorry, lighting is different. Lighting is an aspect, is a point that many people forget when they record video, and it can be the difference between a good video or a very bad video. So when we record videos, we should think also about lighting. We don't need a very good light equipment, but we should think about it. And later, we are going to speak something about the tools we have in order to record the screen, in order to edit audio, and in order to edit video. Okay? This is more or less the start. First of all, I want to speak something about the setup we need, the equipment we need in order to record videos. Of course, we don't need this. This is a professional camera. No one has a professional camera in high school, and we don't need a professional camera. And also, can I hide here this? Yeah. Okay, this probably even here is cut. So okay, we don't need a professional camera, and we also like the system or a professional chroma key. Of course, you can buy a chroma setup for 100 euros, 150 euros, but we have to think about do we need it, and probably in many cases we don't need it. What we do need and what do we have already? In some schools we have a reflex camera or a video camera. They are very common, and even in some cases is very good. Depends on the camera. We need also audio system. If we pretend, we try to record separately the audio, probably a would be a microphone is okay. For example, for videos with off audio, not same time. They are not expensive. Some high schools have something like that. It's not needed, but it's advisable. And what all of us have is smartphones. Smartphones are our friend. Smartphone is a very, very, very good tool. And with a smartphone, we can record very good videos. So if you haven't got the other part of the equipment, no problem. All of us have a smartphone. You don't need the iPhone 15. No, not a problem. Many of them have enough resolution, enough quality to make very appealing videos, okay? And in, my advice is that we should also buy a tripod. Tripod can be the difference also between a pretty good video and they not unprofessional video. They have usually an adapter for the smartphone. So in my opinion, with a couple of smartphones and a tripod, we can make very appealing videos, okay? Next, we have to speak something about before the recording. What is going to be the format and the resolution of our videos? And this is not a trivial point. I think that we have to decide it before the recording. About the format, well, the format is the aspect ratio. In the past, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, all the videos in internet should be horizontal videos, and the traditional ratio was 4:3 or 3:2. 4:3 or 3:2 is the ratio of the projectors. So for projection, probably is the preferred ratio. Today, many monitors, many of the TVs or monitors are in a panoramic ratio, so you can also record in panoramic ratio. Sometimes the panoramic ratio is not suitable for the projector, but now in many schools we have monitors, not projectors. So, and probably in the future we are going to go to monitors and not projectors, big monitors. Okay, so probably we can record in panoramic and we are get profit from it. All of them are horizontal. What happened with vertical? Well, as I said, some years ago, 10 years ago, if you recorded vertical video, probably you go to the jail because it was completely unbelievable. No one recorded video in vertical. But today things are changing. Of course, everybody has a smartphone. Everybody uses the smartphone with a hand. So there are some platforms where the vertical ratio is the natural ratio. TikTok, for example, of Instagram is square, but okay. So now, should we recording a vertical ratio? It depends. If we are preparing material for TikTok, okay, we can record in vertical ratio. But if we are going to publish it in YouTube or Instagram or by me or some similar platform, we have to go to horizontal ratio. Okay. Another aspect, important aspect, is about the resolution, the display resolution. As you know, probably the resolution is the number of points we have in horizontal and we have in vertical. And each year we have more bigger monitors and with more resolution. But if we try to record in a very high resolution, probably is not comfortable. Many computers can't manage a 4K resolution. So my advice is to be between big resolutions and not so big resolution. In the past, HD was enough. Today, probably HD is not enough. Many YouTube videos have full HD, and some of them even higher resolutions. My advice is to go to full HD. Many smartphones and many cameras can record in full HD. Full HD is enough for a monitor, normal monitor, 24-inch, 27-inch is even enough. So my advice is go to full HD. Today, there are TVs and even some monitors which have 4K resolution, but I think that is still a little bit early to record in 4K. If you have to go to 4K, you can always reduce the resolution, but I think that is many more work. So to start, I would start with full HD. Okay. Well, if we go to YouTube and we see videos, probably you can see that many of them have more or less the same structure. Some of them start with a hook. Hook is something to get the audience. I mean, you see something and you say, okay, I'm going to see the next part of the video. You know that we live in the culture of the quick things, the fast things. So if we see a video and it doesn't get us in the first minute, probably we are not going to follow with the video. A hook is a small piece of the video, and the aim of the hook is, okay, I'm here, I'm going to show you this video, and you should wait to see what I'm going to show you, okay? This is usual, for example, trailers. I'm going to show the last trailer, for example, for Oppenheimer, but not this part, okay? Only the first 10 seconds. You can see, not this. only this part. You can see the result. Okay, I saw something. I want to see some more. Okay, that is the reason of the hook. Okay, about math, we can do something similar. I have here, this is in Spanish, but I can translate. I'm going to translate. The sentence, the main sentence, is don't be offended, but everybody is more successful than you in dating. Okay. After that, okay, I want to see the video. That is the hook. Okay. And he's going to speak about graphs. He's going to speak about mathematical theories and some deep theories, but of course, okay. So you can see more or less the importance of the hook. And a hook can be also only a presentation of the video. Okay, I can present the video, and after that, if you want to follow, you can follow. If you don't want to follow, okay, leave it. After that, usually they put an intro. An intro is also a small part of the video, and it's a presentation of the presenter, of the project, something similar. We have prepared, for example, an intro for to show it. It's a small intro, and you can see it appears the name of the school, the name of the presenter, the name of the project, and we are presenting the beginning of the video. After that, we put the title in the middle, and after that, we follow with the content. How can we make an intro? Okay, there are some software to produce the intro. Some video editing software have also this functionality. Not all of them, some of them have. And there are some animation software, there are some even online software to produce this in a not very effort. Okay, this is made with Blender. Probably Blender is not the right tool to begin, but there are more simpler tools to do this. Okay. Well, so we have a hook. People are engaged. People want to see more. We put an intro. People say, okay, the high school is presenting me this. And after that came the content. And after that, of course, came the credits. In this, we should be very aware about the copyright. It's important because we are using music, we are using images. Some of them probably have copyright, or we should cite the author. So be concerned about that, be aware about that, okay? If we go to YouTube, we can see many different types of math videos. Some of them more successful than and some other of them. Okay. The simpler video is probably this kind of video. Someone is recording the screen. Sometimes they put a small face here. We were speaking yesterday about this. Is the right choice or not? This I don't like this kind of video, but probably is the easier way to record a video. So probably it's a good way to start. I don't like it because it seems not professional, and also you can see that you are putting shadows in the video. You are covering part of the video, so sometimes, not all the cases, but sometimes the result is in my opinion, not good. We can improve this with something like this. It's easy to record, of course. We are recording our whiteboard or our board. And again, we have to be very careful, because if we record this kind of video, probably we are covering also the information. We have to be very, very careful with that. We can go forward one step, and some of them do something like this. They put a crystal, a board, a transparent board, and they write in the transparent board. We have to manipulate the video in the editing process, because we have to reflect the video in order to see it properly. But it's easy to record. You don't need a good equipment, and usually the results are much more professional than this case or this case. Another possibility is no teacher, no write, and we can use our slides, PowerPoint slides. We can put the slides in a video, make the editing part. We can record the audio separately. We can put also the face of the person if we want here. And after these 4 kinds of video, I think that you can start with this kind of video. We can go to a more professional focus, more professional approach. This is much more professional. The result is fancier, the result is nicer, and the result is usually more engaging. Okay. And another example is the video. This one. You can see that for this kind of video we need a chroma key. This is a chroma key. The board is put in the editing process, and we have to know something about the digital elements we are putting, and probably we have to do something about know something about design, because we have to know how to use typography, fonts, know how to use compositing. We are going to speak about it. This kind of video has a lot of work, probably for a small video. 5-10 minutes of video, probably they are preparing the video some weeks, in some cases. In this case, I know that he's preparing the video some weeks, okay? But the result is completely professional. Probably in the future, we should go in working yesterday and today about the interest of the pupils or students. Usually they are not here, and they are here. This is visually appealing. This is nice. And for them, they are used to the YouTubers, used to the people who put videos in Twitch. This is closer to them than this. So we have to think about it before making our video. Okay? So go. In order to summarize this part about the setup on the equipment, we put some general advices, in my opinion. At the beginning, keep it simple. We are not professionals, so we should start with simple aims, and in the future we can go to more sophisticated aims. Okay. About the chroma key, in some schools we have chroma key, but it's difficult to use it in a professional way. We are going to speak later that we need very good lighting for a chroma key. Sometimes we see videos with chroma key, and you know immediately that it's a chroma key. Even some parts are disappearing, some parts are blurred. So be careful if you want to use chroma key. It's better not to use chroma key than use chroma key and get a bad video, in my opinion. About audio recording, many cameras can record audio, but you are far from the subject. So in my experience, many times when you record with a camera, you get bad audio in many cases. And sometimes you can't fix it when you edit the audio. Another possibility is record the audio with a different apparatus, different device. Of course, not everybody has a giraffe to record the audio, but everybody has a smartphone. People can put a smartphone here and record the audio with a smartphone, and the quality is excellent in many cases. The problem with the recording audio in a different device is that many times it's difficult to synchronize the audio with the video. In order to do it properly, we put a clapper board for the film. We don't have a physical clapper board, but before in the recording process, we can say something, or we can put something like this, and it's enough. You are going to see a point to start. Okay, it's important to prepare the environment, because we can find things that we don't like it, and we have to record again, and because the environment affects many parts of the video, for example, for the lighting. So prepare the environment before the recording. And one solution, low technology solution, is to have a tripod, 2 cameras, 2 smartphones, for example, and with this you can more or less record a pretty good video. I'm going to show you a video who has made a student, one of my students, for a prize. No, this one. I'm not going all about the video. This is recorded with 2 smartphones and 1 camera. You can do the same with 1 smartphone and 1 camera of 2 smartphones. It's enough. As you can see, the quality is enough. This part is the intro. Okay? Have a presentation, an intro, and then the content. And we played with the 2 cameras, changing the point of view. Okay, you have something like that, and you can change the point of view, and you can get pretty modern way to improve the video. Okay, this work is from this guy, and he won a prize, the second prize in this case. But it's a model, it's a template, it's a possibility to try it with. You can see that the quality is completely enough, and the equipment is very, very simple. Only 2 smartphones, a tripod, and in this case, we hadn't got any additional light, only the lights of the classroom. Okay. Again, the smartphone is our friend. Use it. As a smartphone, we record with 2 smartphones. Be aware that the resolution can be different, so we have to be careful. And the last advice about this, and it's very important, is we have to prepare a script. I teach technologies, information technologies and computer science for the students, and some of them record videos, and the first I say to them is, before the script and then record. Is really important. We don't realize about that. We only realize when we are recording or when we are editing. The first scripts are probably bad, but the next one, the next one are going to be better, and probably it is going to be a quality point for the recording or for the editing part. Okay, let's speak something about composition and framing. As you probably know, composition is how we compose the image in the screen. Probably you are thinking, okay, I'm going to record a mass video. I don't need composition. I don't need framing. That is for filmography. That is for cinematography. That is for professionals. But in my opinion, that can make a difference also between a professional video and not professional video, even when we are using mass video. Um, I showed you something, this video, as a sample, and this guy, some parts are using cinematography techniques in order to focus the eyes, for example, in the screen. And that's the reason we are speaking about that. Well, about composition, we should speak something about the shots. Where do we put the camera and how many things are in the camera and the shots. We should speak about the points, the objects, the line we have in our image. We should speak about how we use the symmetry and the perspective, and probably some other techniques like depth of field or how we manage the space. About the shots, probably you know, we can start with a long shot. In the long shot, we are far from the subject, but it's a way to go forward and go until the subject. We are preparing the subject. We are showing the environment of the subject. We have here a full shot, for example. In the full shot, we have the subject. That is the important thing of the shot of the image, but we can see also some environment, not big environment, but we are putting the subject in the environment. This is the American shot. This is typical from the Western films. Probably you know why it's typical from Western films. In the past, the typical shot was the medium shot. Medium shot we cut here. We cut in this part of the body. But in this part of the body, we can't see the guns. And in Western, the guns are important. So the directors went to this shot. You can see the subject pretty close, and we can see the guns because they are important for the story. Of course, we can use the medium shot. This is a medium shot, and the other guy is also a medium shot, but shorter. Okay? And we can go even closer with a close-up. We are showing all the things. Be careful because many are close up for the faces in the screen, and be careful because of that, because we are showing a lot of things and a lot of details. We can even know what the guy is thinking, what the guy is preparing for the future. Also, we can speak about how we put the camera, not the distance, but the angle of the camera. This is the low angle camera in a low angle. So we are saying this in this way: the subject is strong, the subject is big, I'm awake. So this is the boss. Another possibility is this one is the opposite. And in this case, the subject is weak, the subject is fragile, the subject needs help. Be careful because I have seen many YouTubers record with a high angle camera, put the camera in this place, and they are putting in an inferior position some places. They are trying to show us something, but then they are giving a completely different impression to the audience. So be careful with that. Usually for a normal video, we record the eyes distance, eyes angle. It's okay. Or a medium angle is okay. We can focus the camera in the eyes or in the body, and it's completely enough. Well, about composition and framing, how we use it in our scenes. About the objects and the lines. The lines and the objects sometimes are saying something, so be careful. In this way, we are saying a story. We are not only putting the lines, we are not only putting the railway. We are also saying that future is going in this way. The goal is this point, and the lines are focusing, are guiding our eyes. Okay. So, we are saying something. This is another example. This is the Jewish Memorial in Berlin, and this is saying this is stressful. I'm not very comfortable here. There are a lot of lines that are connecting the floor with the sky. I can only go in this way, but the oppression is there. So be careful with the lines. The lines are saying something many times. About the symmetry and the perspective, the same. Also be careful with symmetry. This is overcrowded. We have a lot of things, a lot of reflections, so be careful with the symmetry sometimes. And the perspective we can use also to guide the eyes. This is a road, and the road is followed, and probably the next part of the video is going to this point, or is going to a completely different point, and the subject is going to this point. Okay? And also we can use some other techniques like depth of field. This is a very nice image. As you can see, there is only one sharp part of the image, is this part. The other part is blue, and the eyes of the audience is always here. And because of that, we are putting the focus in a very special point of the screen. And also we can use and we can play with the space. This technique is called negative space because we have a part of the image with nothing. If we here have nothing, the eyes are going here. So because of this part, we are using this part. The important part is not only this, it's also this. Okay? There is a typical rule in cinematography. It's called the rule of thirds. We should know it. We don't have to use it everywhere, but we should know it because sometimes it's very interesting to use it. If we have something like this, okay, we have the image more or less in the middle. The only part of the image, but the eyes probably are walking in the image. And the eyes are not focused in the object. If we change a little bit, only a little bit, the shot, and we do something like this image is nicer, is more appealing, and our eyes are probably mainly here, and we want that to happen. That's the reason is because usually the eyes are going to the focal points in the images. And the focal points are usually these 4 focal points and these lines. Okay, so sometimes you can put it in the camera. Yes, you can put it in the camera and shot with the lines in the camera. This is very helpful sometimes, yes. So the focal points are these points, and the lines, important lines, are these lines. Okay. This is another example. This is an example from a beach in Galicia. Probably you don't know, but the beaches in Spain are really the south. Well, the water is colder, but the beaches are better. And this is a traditional shot, more or less, from a beach. We have the sun, for us, the important thing in the middle, but we can have a very, very nice image if we change the shot. This is another possibility. What are we saying with this shot? We are saying that the important part is the sun, the important part is the horizon, but the important part is also the sky. We have a lot of sky here. We can make a completely different shot with this. And now the important part is the sun, the important part is the horizon, but also the important part is this part of the image. This image and this image is more or less the same. When I take the photo, this photo is mine. When I take the photo, I can choose if I change the camera lower or higher. It's easy. Or I can do this, both of them. But probably the photo is completely different here and here. And it's interesting to think about it. Well, you can think, well, this is not useful for a math video, but it is. But it is. I show later the other video here, and you can see that here, this is the third. This is more or less the third. The important information is here. It's not here. The important information is here. It's not here. Okay. When we decide to put an image in our test, we have to decide where to put the image. We can put the image here, but we can also put the image here, even without the space here or without anything here. We can put it. We can use negative space and put some information here and nothing here. And sometimes it's better than put all in the middle. Our temptation sometimes is to put a big board with a lot of information. This is not our classroom board. We need the space in a classroom board, but this is a video. It's completely different. We can make 200 slides, not a problem, and they can go forward and away. Okay, no problem. Another situation for the all of this is we have to put titles. We have to put credits. Where to put the titles? Where to put the credits? We can put it in the middle. It's okay, but we can put it also here, and probably in some cases is better. Okay. Well, just to finish with this, only two advices. This case is I'm going to be quick. First advice: think first, shoot later, and this is important. Today, we can record many minutes. We have a lot of space in our hard disk, but the problem sometimes is we have too many information, too many shots, and we have to filter later. It's better to think first, to filter first, decide what we are going to record. Actually, is less work, so think about it. And the other advice is, well, we're speaking about rules of thirds. There are some others. We were speaking about negative space, compositing, and so on. The other advice is break the rules. They are not fixed. Sometimes we are not using rules. Sometimes we have to be completely different. We have to make some completely different things. So you can do it, no problem. Just experiment, okay? Well, until here, we were speaking about some different rules. We are going to see this in a real film, only 1 minute or 2 minutes. This is a film from Blender Society. This is an exercise to do when we see films, and even math films. I do it sometimes. And the exercise is, I'm going to see a film from a different point of view, from the technical point of view. What are we seeing? How the director use this shot? How the director use this compositing? How the director did this framing? So in this case, for example, as you can see here, we are here, that's a film. This is sharp. This is not sharp. We are putting the focus here. Okay, let's go on. Again, this is sharp. This is not sharp. This is the third. Oh, sorry. Again, this is sharp. This is the thing. In this case, the title is in the middle. Okay, no problem. Here, we are using lines. We are moving the camera. We are saying the story. We are presenting the video. We are going in this way. Something is happening here. We are going to see it. Again, Third, where is the third? The third is here. Where is the subject? The subject is here. This is a long shot. Where is the shot? The sharp part is here. This is, again, the camera is moving, but we are maintaining the subject in the third. Well, the video is nice. We can put it at the end, but we are not going with all along the video. But this is an interesting exercise to do with all the videos we are saved usually. I do it sometimes. Well, let's go. As I said, sometimes the difference between a good video and a bad video is the light. A bad light in video, immediately we know that it's not professional. Immediately. So we have to be careful. Traditional, we have the camera. We are shooting this. The object is here. And how can we use the lights? There are the three-point light is the basic lighting in cinematography, and we are going to use 3 points for the light, okay? And we put 3 points in this way. We have a key light, a fill light, and backlight. The key light is a more important light. In the scene is the strongest light. It's directly pointing the object. The bright part is here, okay? Then we have the fill light. The fill light is put in order to soften the shadows in this part. This part usually is dark, but we don't want that to be very dark. So we put another fill light here. And sometimes we can put a backlight in order to isolate the from the background. We can use 1 light, 2 lights, natural lights. Sometimes we can use the natural lights or even the light we have in the classroom. But if we think, well, I need more light from here, I need more light from here, we should know what lights we can use. Okay, so lights is something that we should think about before the recording, and it's important. About some advices about lighting, in my opinion, also keep it simple. Probably we have got 3 lights. Never, no one had 3 lights. But probably we can have 2 of them, or we can change the subject and put it in a very well illuminated place. So we have to think about it. 2 points light is probably enough. A natural light is almost always enough. Be careful because we can't have the sun in the background. We can play with natural lights and artificial lights. So we can play with windows. Be careful. About the chroma, I said it before. Be careful because the chroma only gives good results if we put lights for the chroma. We need the chroma very, 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 not very bright, but very well illuminated in order to remove it in the editing process. So be careful with that. And also be careful with windows, shadows, closes. We can take, check it, decide where to put the lights, decide we change the position of the subject. These advices are general advices, but can make some difference. We're going to put 2 examples. The first sample is a sample of bad light. This kind of light, as you can see, is plain. This is not professional. And many times we do this kind of things. The subject has no personality. That's what it has life. The video is completely plain. It's boring. Okay. Okay, in this case, we haven't got lights. The light is in the background, probably lateral background. This part is illuminated, but the other part is not illuminated. Probably for a horror film, it's okay, but we are not recording horror films. Well, I don't know what think the students, but I think that no. So be careful with that because they are seen. This is underexposure, not enough light. Okay, that happens many times when we take shots, for example, in the night or in the between the day and the night. So be careful. This is the opposite. We have too many lights or too strong lights, and it happens a lot because sometimes we shoot in the outside, for example, and we are not aware, and we have the sun in front of us, or in the classroom, and we are taking the shot, and we have just a light, and the light is reflecting the something like that. Okay, again, we have the light in the front. We see the face, but I fear it. It's not appropriate for this kind of video. Probably for a business video, for a math video, that is not. Okay? And another example is the same, again, with the same guy. If we want to do this kind of films, we have to have a light equipment. As you can see, the main line is here. You can see this part is very well illuminated, but we can also see this part. We have shadows. So we have also a light from here, a light from here, and you can see that we have this completely isolated from the background. Because he's using the chroma key. For the chroma key, he needs a backlight and he needs light for the chroma key. That is a very complicated setup. Probably he has a professional setup. We haven't got it. But that is the more professional video for some reason. And this is one of the reasons. We see it and we say, that is professional. But probably we don't know why. Now we know why. Okay, so this is the first part of the presentation. I'm going to the second part. We are going to speak something about the recording tools and editing tools. We are not going to make a tutorial of the tools, but we are going to speak something about them and make an example. Okay. About the audio recording, I said before that for me, the audio recording can be made with a smartphone, no problem. Okay, if we want to do something with the audio, probably the smartphone is not the proper tool. Okay, and we can go to some software. I use typically Audacity. Audacity is very simple, very intuitive, and it's enough to do many things. A little bit more professional is Ardour. Both of them are open source. You can download, you can use completely free. They are open source. But this is a little more complicated, mainly for professional. But for an amateur, this is completely enough. Usually I do with Audacity, only 2 things, not many of them. Well, 3. Sometimes I record video, but I use it to split and merge different parts of the video or cut some part of the video. And I use it in order to remove the noise. It's really annoying to have a video with noise in the audio. And we can have very good results with Audacity. You can check the noise, and you can remove the noise. Okay, so about screen recording tools to record the screen, there are many of them. I only put in 3 of them. Probably the more well-known, the more classical one is Camtasia. Is privative software. You have to pay for it, and is well known because it was one of the first, and many professionals use it. Today, there is another tool in Windows. It's pretty new, which is ClipChamp. ClipChamp is the movie record creator, Windows Movie Creator, but the new version, more or less. But actually, I like it. I'm not a Microsoft fan, but I check it. I didn't do any sophisticated things. I only check it, and I think that is very intuitive. Also, as a video editor, and you can. Mhm. Yes. 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 You have templates, and you can do ways. So. Mhm. Yeah, you can record. Yes, I know. Yes. Yes. But for me, the best tool, without doubt, for me, the best tool is OBS Studio. It's simple enough. It's open source. You can do anything you want. OBS Studio is for people who made streaming, for example. You can prepare some different scenes, change from one scene to another scene, and you have the streaming without any problem and with a very good quality. But you can use it also for recording the screen, and it's pretty easy. You only have to do two steps, and it's enough. And we're going to do an example. You can download it completely free from. Okay, this is the main window or window or OBS. And you only have to know 2 things. We have here the settings. We can change the settings if you need it. The quality, resolution, where are you going to save the stream, and so on and so on. We are not going to all the possibilities, all the settings, the quality, the format, many things. And we only have to do 2 things. I'm going to remove this. This was the last project. Yes. We're going to do it. You have here sources, and we are going to use some different sources to record this. Okay, the main source we are recording usually is a window or is the complete screen. Okay, so I put in plus here. It's down. Sorry. Now you can see here in plus, put in plus, and we have a lot of different possibilities. Audio input capture, audio output capture. Now I can change some things. You can change the size, for example. You can move it. The recorded video is going to be this part, this black part. Okay, but I can play with the source. I can add some other sources. For example, typically the video capture device. Okay, video capture device. This is my camera. probably I can't use the camera because it's using Zoom is using my camera, so I can't do it now. But I can put the camera, and the camera should be here. Well, should be here. I can cut it. I can move it. You can do whatever you know, whatever you want. Okay. We can also change the mixer, the audio, etc., etc. And then it's easy enough. Start recording. I go to the opponents. I can go back, forward. I can speak. The camera usually is recording the speak. The micro is usually recording. And when I finish, it's only stop recording. And now I go to the, in this case, I have it here. Probably this is, and you can see that it was recorded already. It's pretty easy. It's open source. Probably is not the easier a tool, but it is very easy and it's very powerful. And for me, is the best. I know, I don't know all the tools, but for me, it's the best one. Okay. Let's go on. This is about the recognition. About video editing tools. Well, with video editing tools, it's a matter of taste in many cases. I mean, many people like one tool and they don't change. We are going to see some of them. About the privacy tools, there are a bunch of them. In the industry, probably the standard is Adobe Premiere. Professionals, many of them use Adobe Premiere, but it's pretty expensive, only for professionals. And you have another privative tools, many of them. The people in Apple sometimes use Final Cut Pro. It's more or less the standard in Apple. Final Cut and Adobe Premiere are probably the two standards. Some of them you have to pay for a year. Some of them you have to pay only once. Some of them you have to pay every month. All of them are privative. If you have a license, okay, use it, no problem. But if you haven't got a license, probably the first step is go to an open source tool. And after that, when you more or less have control of the program, then if you are going to do more sophisticated videos, or you are going to get money for that, you can go to professional tools and privative tools. About free or open source tools, we have two of them which are in all the computers. In Apple, you have the iMovie. Okay, it's the same as Clipchamp more or less, but in Apple, they have a lot of templates. You don't have to know anything to use iMovie or Clipchamp. So in order to start, probably is a good start point. You can get very nice videos with these two tools without a big effort. Okay. There are some other open source tools. They are a little bit not discontinued, but all probably Shortcut is more or less not all, but I don't like very much. And Avidemus is only for some easy tasks, not for professional editing. So I don't like very much both of them. And the two of them that are more promising now is OpenShot and Kdenlive. OpenShot is more intuitive, it's easy to start, but sometimes it's not very stable in my experience. Probably the last version is a little bit better, it's nicer also, but for me in the past, I had some problems with it, so now I use to use normally Kdenlive. Kdenlive is also easy, is pretty powerful to do some very, very powerful things, and it's my choice now. Okay? I don't know the time we have. How many time we have? Okay, so 10 minutes and later we can speak or questions. Okay, with Kdenlive, because this is more or less the last slide about Canon Life. Okay, we are going to see how it is. More or less, all of them have the same windows. They have the same functionalities. Going to open it. You can find it for Windows, for Apple, for Linux. I use Linux also because I use this kind of software. Well, this is the main window of Canon Life, and we have to know only three parts. This part is the clips. We put here the sources, the clips, the audio, the music. This part is the preview of the video. This part is the preview of the clip. I can preview only one clip before the timeline. We are putting all here together, and then we are changing things here, adding effects, cutting, merging, etc. For example, this is an example. This is the making of video. Our making of video. It's loading. It's not very complicated in my opinion. Of course, if you want to do a good thing with video editing, you have to spend time. This is enough. It's necessary. This is the complete project of the no, not yet. This is the complete project of the making of video. Okay, and this is the timeline. Here. So, and some other effects we have to put it in manually with certain effects, transform, and we can change, for example, the size. Okay. We can change the position. Okay. We can make transitions from one part to another part. I find it pretty easy. Of course, you have to use probably at the beginning a tutorial. If you have used some other video editing software, all of them are more or less the same. Canon Life is pretty stable. In my opinion, is a mature product now. Okay. Well, I think that this is all. You have some questions. We can answer questions. We can speak or make reflections about the presentation. We can put the complete video if you want to see it, but we can speak about the presentation. So, some thoughts, some questions. I don't know if there is something that you didn't know and I was speaking about it, because if you already knew all these things, this is nonsense. But yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that probably in the future, technology, the tools are going to be easier, much easier. With artificial intelligence, probably you can edit a video without any effort. Yes, I know. Mm-hmm. But they are not recording. They don't know what you want to make. So yes. Mm-hmm. And I think that we have to think many people think, well, I'm going to do an educational video. Okay, I put my slides, I speak, I record the audio, and no more. I think that we should go one step forward, because sometimes the quality difference in the video, in the final video, are these points. So probably not for our platform now, but in the future when we record videos, I think that we thought about it. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yes.
Mhm. Just two extremes.
It would be good for them, like, if you give them about now you see that we get all the children in YouTube and they can edit videos like professional.
Yeah.
So when they see the video of the teacher and like, I see clarity, the sound of the
Yes, sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, in any case, my main advice, as you can see, is keep it simple. Start to record a video, do it, and then we are going to improve it in the future. Yeah. Well, it's a first step, and then yeah. Our first videos are always very, very, always. So, probably in the future, not so bad.
The problems start getting better, then it also takes more time to edit.
Yes.
You are aware of
Yes.
the effects, the tools, the subtitles, the lighting.
Yes, I understand. But also, as you prepare more videos, you are more aware of the importances of the grounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the beginning, you are not aware. You don't realize that it's important.
Yeah.
The script, for example. Okay, I recorded a lot of videos without the script, and now I say,
Yeah. Now there are as a project. I think you can put your phone under a. It's
yes,
like a mirror slide,
Mhm.
and they project the script, so you can look at the script without looking at a piece of paper. Because if you have a script and you look at the paper, the viewer that you're not looking at the script, the text right in front of you. So you look at the camera, but you also look at the script.
Yes.
For engagement.
we use for the maths videos, we use online page, is teleprompter online, and you can do it to record the audio. This is a very nice tool, and it's completely free. You don't have to pay for it, and it's nice. Okay, so
Thank you very much.
thank you.